Okay, today we're going to go metal detect a 1850s homestead and see if we can't find a few metal fragments from the past. There's been at least a dozen different families that have lived here over the years, so the earliest, the ones that were last here, uh, was in 1920s. So the oldest or newest items that we may find will be from the 1920s. So let's take off, see if we can't find some interesting treasures. We are at an 1850s dig site where there was at least 5 families living on this one site in the past close to 200 years. And that right there is the stem of a corn cob pipe. It just broke. Huh. Still under. I don't need the big metal detector because there's a ton of stuff. There's a nail right there. Now the reason I don't use my big metal detector is that with a 5-gallon bucket of soil, I can find a handful of metal items in just a 5-gallon bucket. Nail. I found brass buttons, copper buttons, but not a lot of money. Nail. For the plain and simple reason these people didn't have money back then. They were eking out a living trying to farm this hard scrabble area. Another big nail. Sheep was very popular back then. Nail. Find 1,000 nails to something like a bed frame. Now the reason I don't use my big metal detector is that there's a 10-inch. With a 5-gallon bucket of soil, I can find a handful of metal items in just a 5-6 families where things just fell through the cracks of the floor. And they've been hidden for 150 years. I found brass buttons in this spot. Copper buttons. Yeah, what's that? That's a round nail. Not a lot of money. J-shaped nail. For the plain and simple forged reason that way. These people didn't have money back then. They were eking out a living. No, right there. Another big nail. Nail. Find 1,000 nails to something like a bed frame or, you know, a penny. There were 5 or 6 families where things just fell through the cracks of the floor. And they've been hidden for 150 years, sometimes 200 years in this spot. There, what's that? That's a round nail. Huh. J-shaped nail. And it was forged that way. Wow, there's a big nail right there. Got one right next to it too. Another big nail. You could use those to this day. 150-year-old nail. Or more. There's another one. Wow, got a gold mine here of nails. Oh. Okay, it took me forever to find what was in here. It was beeping there. It was beeping, beeping right there. Oh, there's so much stuff here, but this looks like a very interesting find. It's flat. And it looks to me like, I don't know what it is. It's flat. It looks like it attached right there. Like an ornament. I don't know what that is. Very intriguing though. We'll clean it up and see if I can't get it looking a little better. Looks like there's some writing on it. We'll clean that up and go from there. Okay, 1 5-gallon bucket of topsoil and this many treasures. We'll go clean them up and see what we have. Mostly nails. This is the dig so far. Basement where a wood stove fell through from the first floor. That's down a good 3 feet. And I have to go further before I dig it all out. Found some 1850s buttons down in that hole. edge of the foundation of the house. And the barn, part of the barn was over there, shed, if you will, where I found horseshoes. Oxen shoes. Yeah. Blacksmith shop was way back there. Got ourselves some hikers on the road, enjoying this day. Okay. Okay, time to clean up what we found. See what kind of treasures we have here. Oops, sorry. Alright. That was that pipe stem. Kind of fell apart. Here's the biggest nail. There's that round hook nail. That was forged that way for whatever purpose. Here's those round little washer things. I think they're part of a lantern. I found two of them. Here's the other one. This one's in a little better shape. It's got two little tabs on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a tab there and this one kind of straightened out. So there's two of them. Like they covered a hole of some sort. A dog nail. Again, they were forged that way. You try to bend that and it would break. It's so brittle. Some sort of glass shard. Glass. More nails. Lots of nails. Well, that's about all that was interesting today. And a 5-gallon bucket of topsoil. Fascinating. Another dog nail. I get just excited about finding a nail as I do a button. Way back in the past, all of this got lost. Another dog nail. One of these days I'll show you all the nails I found and all my other treasures. There's another dog nail. And another. That one's just bent right at the bottom. Cool. Okay, till next time. Like, subscribe, and comment.